In 1998, County Supervisor Blanca Alvarado shared her following insight in her State of the County address. She said, "Our county can be summed up very simply. We live in an age of extremes. For those of us who bask in the warmth of prosperity, we live in the best of times. But for those who live at the frayed edges of society, these are mean times indeed." This is true, of course, with our kids who end up in the juvenile dependency and delinquency systems. They hit our system at different times in their lives, but they have similar issues: poverty, race, illiteracy, unstable homes, neighborhoods, and poor role models, and very few dreams. When a minor is not fully engaged in school, they are prey to being trapped in a joyless existence. It's the canary in the coal mine pointing to the direction of delinquency. 75% of the people in our overcrowded prison system have their first entry in their record a problem with truancy. They did not connect with their school. Education stands only second to home in the ability to influence kids. Today, we still have about 30% of the admittees to juvenile hall who need but do not have a current IEP. Every juvenile judge since then has continued to urge these efforts to identify and place these youth and others who need alternative programs in schools and programs that meet their needs. We know that the conventional wisdom is that schools should focus on students who will help us compete in the global economy, and most do. But the County Office of Education has a different vision and role. Its job is to serve the vulnerable students who are at risk because they are not conventional and do not meet this profile. Our next superintendent needs to understand three things. First, alternative schools are not optional. They are an essential part of providing the constitutionally required education to an important segment of our population. They are part of the vision of the County Office of Education. Number two, we have made some very good programs and have made good progress, but it's not sufficient. It's not enough. The status quo is to be built upon, not rested upon. If the new superintendent doesn't understand that, then you have the wrong person. And third, alternative schools are only a part of the leadership necessary on behalf of these at-risk youth. Even with all the magnificent collaborative efforts, we still have large issues with independent studies, best practices application of IEPs, communication between districts, agencies, and institutional schools, the use of zero tolerance, to name just a few. My theme is this: all of this is unfinished business, and we can never stop or feel satisfied, or we will shortchange our most vulnerable youth. This is what our new superintendent has to believe.